Mother 3 is an RPG released for the Game Boy Advance in 2006 for Japan only. This game had a long development starting way back in 1995. Originally, the game was developed for the Super Famicom. I'm not sure how far they got, but if they stuck with that, the game would have been released way earlier. Instead, they decided to move development to the N64, which was on its way to the market. At some point, the title for the game was to be Earthbound 64 for North America and Mother 3 Chimera Forest in Japan. The title in Japan would eventually become Mother 3 Fall of the Pig King, and finally, just Mother 3. Transitioning to 3D game development proved difficult for the team. The team got pretty far into development and even had a demo to show off for Space World 99, which was a game convention in Japan in 1999. There are screenshots of the game on the internet and even a trailer featuring the N64 version of the game. The game was pretty ambitious, but was eventually cancelled in 2000. The Space World demo is a bit of a legend among Mother fans. The cartridges used to play the demo are apparently blue and just featured a serial number and no label. There are only a few out there somewhere in the world, but no one has found them yet. For Mother fans, these cartridges are the holy grail, and if someone finds them, that would mean the ROM data could be leaked, making the N64 version playable. For now, the fans dream on. Mother 3 was continued a few years later and was finally released for the GBA in 2006 as a Japan exclusive. The graphics are 16-bit, and the story was changed to be a little lighter compared to the N64 version. The story was a little more focused and featured many playable characters spread across 8 chapters. No character except for one returns from Earthbound. The battle system is the same as Earthbound's, but a musical rhythm system was included. If the player tapped A to the rhythm of the song, he or she could get up to a 16-hit combo when attacking. The problem is, since the game is only playable on an emulator, it's more difficult to tap A to the beat due to lag. Tomato, whom I mentioned in part 1, translated the game along with a couple people who go by the names Jeff, Man, and Chewy. They enlisted some help from others, but these 3 were the main team. Due to the complicated technical nature of the game's data, it was extremely hard to change the in-game text. It took the team 2 years to complete. Finally, in 2008, the unofficial translation was released online. Interestingly, Nintendo knew of the development, but did not send a cease and desist, a common occurrence in regards to fan games. The reason is up for speculation. Maybe it's a way of Nintendo apologizing for not officially releasing the first and third games in the series, or maybe they just have more important things to worry about. Whatever the reason, the important thing is that fans are able to play the trilogy at all. Mother 3 is my favorite in the series. If Mother 2 was a revamped 1, then 3 would be the next fully fleshed out step. The chapter-by-chapter format is fun and keeps the game feeling fresh. Again, the game doesn't take itself too seriously, but still has some dark, more serious scenes. The Gentlemen Lunchtime Association have a podcast called Gentlemen Discussing Video. They recorded a 3-part series discussing Mother 3. In one of the episodes, they talked about how the light tones make the serious tones more serious, and the serious tones make the light tones lighter. The juxtaposition of ridiculous and sadness work hand in hand in this game, and is executed very well. I would say what makes Mother 3 special is in the details. The game's graphics are 16-bit, which age well. If the game was released for the N64, the graphics would definitely not age as well. It's apparent that a lot of care went into the animation. The way each character moves is distinct. One of the characters even has a limp. The series has come a long way. Mother 1 was released on the Famicom, which is 8-bit and has a lot of limitations. Mother 2 was on the SNES and was also 16-bit, but movement was limited. The GBA could handle the animation, and Mother 3 looks very well because of this. The sound is good for being GBA 2. The Mother 1 and 2 composers could not return to the third game, but the new composer, Shogo Sakai, did a very good job. The creator of the series, Shigesato Itoi, chose Sakai because he knew that Sakai understood the game in the previous 2 soundtracks. He nailed it, and composed a beautiful soundtrack perfectly capturing the feeling of the game. The text scrolling soundbite changes depending on who you talk to. It's low-pitched if you're talking to an adult male, slightly higher-pitched if talking to an adult female, and high-pitched if talking to a child. How creative is that? I didn't even notice until Tomato pointed it out in his commentary videos. These subtle details make up the world of Mother 3, and that meta idea of the player's name being in the game is fully fleshed out in Mother 3. The end of the game simply shows the white text "End" with a question mark over a black background. If you press up, you're able to walk past the text, and you run into the characters who interact with you. This is all done with a black background. You can't see yourself walking, which stimulates the player's imagination. I like that they decided to execute it this way. All 3 of these games are loosely connected. No one is positive on what the Mother timeline exactly is, but this allows theories to be created among the fans. It's interesting reading other people's theories, and some of them bring up good points. Shigesato Itoi believes that everyone is right. He takes the stance that whatever your theory about the game is correct. Even if Itoi had a specific connection in his mind, sharing it would ruin the magic. This way, people's imaginations are free to explode with all kinds of theories. Now that I've talked about the games, let's discuss the creator, Shigesato Itoi. The most surprising aspect of this trilogy is that Itoi is not a game designer. At least, I don't think he identifies as one. These 3 games, plus a fishing game for the SNES, later ported to the N64, are the only games he has made. He worked as a copywriter in Japan. His job was to come up with catchy slogans and was hired by various businesses. If anything, he's a writer. These games feature fictional stories, but the history of these games tells the real story of how one man had an idea to make a game and ended up making 4. And 3 of those games are highly regarded with huge fan bases. And that's all I have to say about the trilogy. To close out, I do want to talk about fan games in the series. In early 2015, a fan game called Mother 4 will be released. It is an unofficial sequel to the series and is made completely by fans. They won't get paid for their efforts, but nevertheless, the team put a lot of hard work into it, and it's been in development for about 5 years. There's a trailer online and a website showing off what the game will look like. Fans are pretty excited, and the game looks professionally made. Hopefully I will be able to play it as soon as it's released and make a part 4. I can't until 2015, so it'll be a while. Another fan game unofficially connected to the Mother series, called Eagle Land, will hopefully be released one of these days. This game is made by a smaller group of people, but according to the screenshots, the game also looks well made. There's a walk-around video showing off an area of the game, and it looks impressive. The leader of the game's development is a Starman.net forum user called Roach. The best part is that both of these games are free. Hopefully this video will get word out, and be sure to check out these games' development. I'll post links to these games in the description. Thanks for watching.